Ladies and gentlemen, hello, hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Sherm in the Booth. My name is Sherm. You guys are some true Chicagoans for coming out in January. It's snowing outside, it's freezing, and you're at the fucking club at 1 a.m.
Boys with the bass, yeah, boys, bass.
Who am I talking to right now? You're famous.
Free food, free drinks, music, girls. Let's go.
Do you like it? Cool. You don't? Goodbye.
I'm missing the most important part.
Boys with the bass, yeah.
We should throw like a crazy bar mitzvah party.
This is crazy. Send me stems. I finished it.
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
Just wait, you know it kicks in like 3 to 5 seconds afterward.
Yo, what's up, everyone? It has been too long, but I am so happy to be back. For those that didn't know, I got married in July and went on my honeymoon to Greece with my wife, Maya. We had such an amazing time, and it was a much-needed break. Remember to always take time for yourselves. But you already know I will be back and coming in hot with a big episode for the great return of Sherm in the Booth. I'm so excited to have Chicago DJ producer Jakeshoredrive on for Sherm in the Booth 212. Last time Jake was on was September 2020, and so much has happened since then. Needless to say, we had a lot to catch up on. In episode 212, we got it all in and jumped right into his discography. Now, although Jake has been in the music industry for years, he only started producing 2 years ago, but has been hammering out release after release since then. We ran through some of his biggest tracks like Who High with Chris Diaz and Fireman on Hood Politics Records, his massive hit Rock Your Hips with MikeandMe, and of course his bangy remixes of tracks like ABCDEFU and About Damn Time. This man is truly coming into his own in the studio and is creating amazing music. Now, some of you might recognize Jake from TikTok, and he had multiple videos go absolutely viral, and they were of him showing house music to his 3rd grade class. He was featured in Newsweek, DJ Mag, and multiple other news outlets for his unique approach to classroom culture and education. We discussed the power of TikTok and how this engine helped him organically blow up his track, Rock Your Hips, and his brand. Incredible stuff. We also got deep on mental health and sobriety. And one of the many reasons Jake and I are good friends is because we always make sure to check in on each other's mental health. Most people only see the finished product of what we create and want more. But you can't run on empty. You have to recharge. Jake is also very outspoken about his sobriety from alcohol and shared some of his highs and lows on his journey from being sober in the music industry. Really powerful conversation, and thanks so much for sharing, Jake. Watching Jakeshoredrive grow over these past few years has truly been a pleasure to witness. He is an artist whose mission is to make an impact on the world but have a damn good time doing it. Homie deserves some serious acknowledgement on his endeavors. He supported artists like DJ Snake and Side Piece recently. He's racking in hundreds of thousands of streams and, most importantly, helping the younger generation of artists come into their own. Thank you for coming back on the show, my man, and spending time with me. This is a very special episode. Now, enough of me talking. Let's get into it right now so you guys can hear his story for yourselves. This is episode 212 with Jakeshoredrive. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome. Sherm in the Booth is back, baby. And I'm here with a star, but a former Sherm in the Booth guest. And I just want to say really quick, it's been 2 years, 9/16/2020, since the last time you were on. Jakeshoredrive, welcome, baby.
I'm back. I made it.
Victory!
You don't understand how long I've been texting you. Dude, I'm so excited to be on this. Oh, sorry, I messed up your new mics. I'm so excited to be here doing the full thing. Yeah, how crazy is that last time we were here, I wasn't here. It was COVID, and I was on we were FaceTiming.
IG Live.
Yeah.
It was IG Live.
And I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy for you too, man.
September 2020, bro.
September 2020. There has been a lot of changes in our lives.
I just got married.
I just resigned from teaching. Yeah. And I'm no longer a teacher.
Yeah.
Which is bonkers.
And you were a teacher for 10 years?
This would have been my 9th year.
9 years.
Let's round it up. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost a decade, man. And
It's a long time.
You know, think about anything that you've done or known, people that you've known for 10 years. I made some really true friends at the place I worked.
Absolutely, you did.
Know people's families.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't an easy decision, but I think a necessary one.
Yeah.
To really see what this whole thing is about. Somebody said it earlier today. It's go time.
That's right, Jake.
It's go time. And if you didn't already think it was go time, it's kind of been go time.
It's true.
But
it's always been go time for you, man.
It's go time, baby.
And we were talking about this earlier. Like you've really had a great vision, and that's what I want to ask you, right? Like since you've last been on, so much has changed. And if you could nail it down, or maybe to a few moments, what's been one of the most impactful moments for you on a professional or personal level over the last 2 years?
Whew.
I'm back. I'm fucking back.
The questions are legit. And I don't have any time to prep for these questions.
No.
This is
he has
off
no
the cuff,
idea.
people.
He has no idea.
Well, I think I don't want to sound like let's just put it out there. I don't care what I say.
Yeah.
There's been a lot.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of great moments.
Absolutely.
And I am so blessed for every single one of them. And what I was thinking about earlier today is there's been so many moments that would have never happened if I didn't just in the moment, choose to do something or meet somebody or send that message or send that text or ask that question. Yeah. But I think, I'm going to start with the biggest one, Rock Your Hips.
Yeah, man. Now we're going to listen to this track together at the beginning of the interview because it comes up a lot, and I really want you guys to understand how impactful this track has been for Jake and how incredible it is. So let's listen right now. It's called Rock Your Hips by Jakeshoredrive and MikeandMe.
Rock my hips and make it wiggle, waving, sipping in the
I like
drizzle.
it when she rock her hips and wave and feel. She rock her hips and wave and feel. She rock her hips. She rock her hips. She rock her hips and wave. I like it when she rock her hips and wave and feel. She rock her hips and wave and feel. She rock her hips. She rock.
Good fucking answer.
Oh my Lord. Okay, I've always thrived off attention. It's really my drug of choice because I don't drink, so it's I got But I got more attention than I've ever wanted in my entire life. But it was for all the right reasons.
Right.
Funny story about that. Kind of talking about what we just said is like that wasn't even supposed to come out. Mm-hmm. I just had that as a little whip. I remember last summer, I heard that song on a TikTok. Yeah. Heard the original, which if most people don't know, it's Rock Your Hips from Crime Mob.
Banger.
Yeah, that was like 2000s, heart of 2000s. It was the snap, everybody was in the snap
special
culture.
Time for us.
Yeah. And it was a special time for us. But I heard it and I was like, yo, that's got some potential to flip. You know what I mean? So that's all I was thinking about. And I started working on it, sent it off to some homies, got some feedback. Didn't have any idea for it. And it was at the time on TikTok where just a week or two before, I just started to post about playing house music for my students. Yeah. I had a note that was sent to me from one of the kids that blew up. And for a second there, I was like, oh, am I going to be known as like just the teacher, which is great. Nothing wrong with that. But I know my end goal and I want to be known for my music.
Yeah, of course.
And then 2 weeks later, I just was like, I'm just going to post stuff from my shows and see what hits. Bro, I posted that teaser of Rock Your Hips at Soundbar.
Yep.
Dropped it and put my phone down.
That was my headline show night,
It
right?
was your headline show night.
So January.
So again.
Let's put timestamp on it. Yeah. January, you had the song pretty much done, right?
So I started in the summer, had the song. No, I didn't have the song done yet. Didn't have it even done yet.
Wow.
Didn't even have it done yet. I think a couple of weeks beforehand, I'm kind of all over the place with the story. Sorry. A couple of weeks beforehand, I just want to get to the point that I shot my shot.
Yes.
But there were certain things that happened. Like if I didn't know you, I wouldn't have had that opportunity to play it at that specific location.
Yeah.
If I didn't ask a homie of mine that goes by Sabi, shout out Sabi, who is a dope cinematographer, to just come out with me that night, who would have been there to film it? I don't know. So that's crazy. And then on top of it, about a week or two before now that I think about it, so it had been semi-done.
Yeah.
And again, shoot your shot, folks. Shoot your shot, because I saw a guy named MikeandMe that was floating around the SoundCloud playlist making dope remixes.
Yeah.
I really liked his style, and I found him on Instagram, and I shot him a message and said, hey, bro, I got some similar vibes to yours, and I really love your music. I was wondering if you can give me some feedback on mine.
Mm-hmm.
As green as I could be, just like, couldn't you give me some feedback on my music? I also threw in a couple whips in there.
Yep.
And he's like, what's that one? I was like, well, Rock Your Hips? He's like, what's that bass line? That's what I love. I like, send me that one and let's finish it. Okay. So he made a real rough or whatever. And that's what I started playing at the shows. And that's what I played that night.
Yes.
And it wasn't even finished really. But when I posted it, here's another tip. I'm giving away all my juice right now. I posted the same video 3 times in a row, but I repurposed each one of them. One of them I said, should I release this? The next one I said, something of the likes, whatever. And then the other one, it was, because in the video, I actually leave the DJ booth and go dance with Kimberly, my girlfriend. And so I made that the funny one. Is like, not me again, leaving the DJ booth to go flirt with a baddie. I put my phone down.
Yeah.
And 15 minutes later, after my kids went out to recess, I checked my phone.
Yeah.
It had, the one about the girlfriend had 350,000 views in 15 minutes. I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes.
I thought your phone was broken.
Yeah, bro. I was tweaking and I started reading the comments and it's all about the song. What is this song? What is this song? What is this song? What is this song? I was like, yo, what the fuck's going on? So then I was like, okay, cool. And then the original one started to fucking catch fire. And I got smart about it and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do with this one? So I pinned it and I pinned a comment, tag Chris Lake.
Yeah.
Everybody started tagging Chris Lake. But Chris Lake wasn't really on TikTok. I don't even think he's on TikTok.
He just got on
right.
it.
So who knows? He probably got so many fucking messages from me, like, or so many notifications. Poor whatever. But he ended up not doing anything with it. I self-released it, right? But
yeah.
Dude, what a moment. That really was it just was perfect timing too with all the teaching stuff.
Yeah, man.
Because we made a dance to it.
Yeah.
Which the first dance I made to it.
Because it wasn't the whole rap song.
No. It was just that little piece. And that's all the people really cared about was just that,
of course.
Rock your hips and make it wiggle, right?
Yeah.
So obviously I think Rock Your Hips was such a momentous moment for me. And you want to talk about people coming out of some people say this in a mad way, but people coming out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
Not only people that I knew, but people that I never thought I would ever be in contact with. I mean, Loud Luxury took it and played it in front of people and called it the next Do It To It. Didn't end up that way, which I don't really care. But I talk with them now. Every remix I put out, they hit me up and say, send me that.
You hung out with them at fucking Heatwave, bro.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, went to their set, hung out, caught them. It's just crazy all the doors that opened.
Yeah.
And all the attention that it got, but more so just the timing of it all was so perfect. I think, that another really big moment was the teaching pieces of it was the wave that I kind of created at not only my school and my school community, but it was something that was felt, heard, and seen all over the world for the first time in my life. I had people from South Africa, from a bunch of places I just would never even imagine, like Ireland, a lot of people in Canada, commenting, saying how much they love this, saying how much this is impact. I wish my kids had a teacher like you. I wish my principal would let me do this at my school. I would, just all this, and a time when there's been so much negative media, specifically negative media with schools.
Yep.
To take a step back and think and look at it like I may have been a huge positive light in that. It's really powerful
too, bro.
Self-release, which is cool.
I really don't want that to be forgotten. Like the power of you. I don't know how else to say it, right? Like, and this comes up all the fucking time. Self-releasing. Is it possible to be successful? Is it possible to be playlisted? You need a label to get exposure, blah, blah, blah. The answer has always been no. But it takes a lot of extra effort.
Yeah, no, it does.
There's no denying that, right? Like in all the success, you put a lot of effort into that track.
I put a lot of effort into to be fair, I'll be completely honest with you. I had the full-on idea.
Yep.
I had the original idea. I had the layout. MikeandMe perfected that motherfucker. That guy can produce, and he's from Croatia. So here's another side of it. Yep. I'm now in constant communication with some guy I've never met in Croatia, and he's just like me. He's 29 years old, bro, and he kills it out there. He plays like some of the biggest places. He's best friends with Matroda, which is crazy. Yeah,
Is Matroda Croatian?
I don't know. I have
Eastern
no idea.
European of some
yeah,
sort.
I don't know, but
yeah.
he did a lot of the legwork on it, but I also did a massive amount of the leg. Did you see any videos from Mike and Me? He's just not a video guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I pushed, and I don't think he even could believe what was going on. Like I was sending him videos that was like, dude, do you see what happened on TikTok today? And I don't think he understood. And then like when Loud Luxury pushed it, and like it started to get more and more real to him. And then the first day we hit like just for me at that point, a bizarre number of streams.
Yep.
And there's nothing more realer than that. But yeah, the self-release thing, you know, coming back to that, it's like, I honestly did that out of a necessity.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've never really had lines of communication open with a lot of labels. Nothing against them, but it's hard if you don't know somebody. Yeah.
But Polly.
I know, it's true. Your water?
You can have some. You want some water?
I think so. No, I'm good.
You sure?
I don't remember. I just got excited. I don't know. You started pointing at me. Hood Poly, of course. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we knew each other. You got very close with them at the Hood Poly boat party, which was still one of the best parties I think I've ever been to.
Yeah.
The amount of talent that was on that boat in house
up.
music was insane at that point.
Yeah.
Sponges, Freak On. It's Gallo, right? That's how you say it?
Gallo,
Okay.
Binge Watch.
The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yeah.
It's Diaz. Buenos Diaz. Change your name, bro. Buenos Diaz is the beautiful name you need, man. Just your Spanish tech house vibe or something.
It is.
Yeah, man. And then but reason I've only been really signed to Hood Poly is directly because I have a relationship with you guys, which I respect though. I like that. And I like that. And if that is the way the labels are, I get that.
It's not how every label is.
Okay.
You know?
See, I don't know either. You know?
I mean, it really depends. Like that's what we try and do differently at Hood Politics is like when you join the label, you know, you become part of the family.
And that's love, man. Not everybody's like that. You're right. Absolutely. And I feel that with Hood Poly.
I was just literally, DJ Susan calls me random times of the day. You always got to pick it up. And he goes, hold on, I'm going to conference you in with Maximo right now. We just hit #1 on top 10 tech house releases on Beatport.
By the way.
And I'm like, okay, I knew it was #1, but I was like, let's go. And then we call Maximo and he's like, holy shit, Sherm's on the phone. And I'm like, congratulations, bro. You know, like, this is fucking awesome. Thank you so much.
Humbled by the fact that you're on the phone.
I know, that was funny for me. But DJ Susan just takes a second and he goes, what other fucking label calls their artist and says, thank you for releasing with us. We went #1. And dude, we're like, I mean, because of our fans, the music gets pushed out there, it gets bought, all that sort of shit, right?
100%.
But that's what it's all about to us. And I think that's kind of the connotation that labels get is like they're hard to reach, they're hard to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different reasons, and that's true to some extent.
Yeah, for sure.
But not everyone.
No, and I have nothing against labels, by the way. You
no. I
any
understand.
label that wants to, if you ever label and you hear some of my music, or you want me to send you some demos, which I just showed Sherm a bunch of my discography, I'm down.
Sign them.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that. To me, they're just songs, and somebody once told me, I don't know what camera I'm looking at. That guy right there. Somebody once told me, let's win together. And I've stuck with that mentality ever since you said that to me. And I think it's a beautiful way to go about it. Hood Poly lives and breathes in that. And on the opposite end of it, I think what I did with Rock Your Hips, I think it scares labels.
It does. You actually kind of just drew the parallel that I was trying to say, because sometimes I've met a lot of people who run labels, A&Rs, shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. And there are some people who are so locked into that, right? Like self-releasing is something that they could never imagine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. And there's a lot of producers that way. I've met a lot of producers that think that's the only way to shine. Everybody shines different, man.
And, you know, when I interviewed Masteria, you know Masteria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is someone who's released on Mousetrap, on Insomniac, on like Confession multiple times. Yep. Some of his most successful tracks are self-released. Yeah. And I said, well, what's it like for you in release on Confession versus self-releasing? And he goes, it's great. Obviously, you get reputability, you get credibility, the DJs know your tracks, but when you self-release, you have full control, creative control, everything. How you release, who gets it, when they get it.
Everything.
And that's when I feel like this can be really fun.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
It is.
But you know what? I think I've grassroots, right? Guerrilla marketing. I'm out here in the trenches.
I love it.
I've never tried it. I text 100 people in 10 minutes. Dead ass.
Dead ass.
If you have known me for as long as I've been doing this, you have gotten a DM
That's a
or
fact.
or a message from Jakeshoredrive. And yes, they may be spammy, whatever. You know, I started changing. Take another note. Here's some more juice. Voice memos.
Yes.
Somebody listens to your track or you send them something outright and they respond, or just anything. You look at the people that comment on your stuff. Go to those people's profiles, hit their messages, or comment on their recent picture. They just commented on yours. Or the voice memos have been, when I heard about doing voice memos, again, it's a lot of work, but that means you're there on the other end of that phone, taking the time out to literally tell the person how them listening to your song made you feel. You've built a bond now. You've built somebody that's like, wow, this guy is either crazy as shit or, well, his music's also really good. He's a good guy. I know he's like, you know what I mean? And he's taking the time out to literally, I've had so many people respond back like randos, like, oh, I can't believe you just like are talking to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you listen to my music. I can't believe you listen to my music. Like, that's like crazy, you know? And it's like, I think in this whole thing, people forget the humility of what we're trying to do here. And, you know, if you don't know by now, if you haven't realized that I've made this choice for my life, I will never not be known as who I am right now anymore, unless I go completely off the face of the earth for some reason. But for the rest of my life, I'm building a legacy. And if you think I'm doing this for fun or for attention, you got me all wrong. I've made a choice to do this and involve my life and if there's anybody that supports that in any little bit, I at least owe it to you to just say thank you.
Because there's no guarantees, there's no handouts, there's no paycheck.
No,
you just gave that up, baby. You know?
Yeah, no. There's no. I didn't get. Nobody's paying me to make music right now. Let's just put it that way.
People ask me all the time, how much do you make from the podcast? I go, I'm so in the fucking red right now from everything. You know, like.
Yeah, no, we don't do it for the money, my man.
We don't.
There's no. I mean, eventually, like.
Right, like it's not like I don't want to make money.
Of course, and I think I'm a firm believer, like you said, you build it, they'll come. Yeah. It'll come. It's gonna happen. And I think what as a producer too, or where we're at right now, where we can make money, but it's not like it's like, you know, I'm getting paid to make music and whatnot. It's all the little avenues you can find to make money that doesn't have nothing to do with the number of streams you have. Yeah. You know, I think one of the coolest moments, you can go back to that question, is the one I'm in right now, where all that hard work I just put in, all that promotion and endless content that I pushed out, it takes a toll, but I guess I didn't realize how much that had an effect on others and how much credibility it built for me, especially for younger people coming up. Yeah. You know, I'm blessed right now to be teaching several people how to make music. Beginners. I'm not advanced by any means. I'm not teaching them things like
2 years ago you were taking a class.
Exactly.
Jake.
So it's like 2 years ago I was taking a class.
Yeah.
Orville Klein, shout out, brother. But it's like, it's so important to understand that like we talk about it all the time, stop and smell the roses. That's a huge rose. That somebody is willing to take what I've done, the numbers that I've created, the message and what I've been able to accumulate just really over the last couple months, even though it's been a lot longer than that. Yeah. They're willing to pay me now to show them what I did. That's crazy. That's crazy to me still. Yeah. And honestly, it's also because like I've said earlier, when we talking previously, it's like, yeah, it helps me financially and it's something I need as far as like, you know, you got to have some type of bag coming in. But I really do, anybody that steps into my studio, I'm really looking at it like I'm trying to grow you. Yeah. I'm trying to grow you, give you not only instructional piece of advice with music, because you could be the best producer in the world. Yeah. But if you don't know the little ins and outs of being a complete artist and treating this as like a brand, a company, you're going to miss out on a lot of stuff. Like just the simple fact of communication, being able to communicate back and forth, like so important. Being able to brand yourself and and just be yourself. I think so many producers are scared to just be themselves because they worry too much about what everybody else is doing. And ain't that I've suffered from it. I probably was that source for a lot of people. Yeah. They see what I'm doing and they're like, what the fuck? Like, why am I not doing that?
It's easy.
It's very easy.
It's almost like it's so easy that it's supposed to happen, you know, like how the brain is fucking hardwired like that.
Yeah.
At least for us in this generation.
You're seeing everybody's highlights too, man.
God damn, you're only seeing the 1%, bro. And you're comparing yourself.
And it is. And so the one thing I can't remember who told me. It's probably Susan. The guy's got so much words of wisdom under that mustache. He goes, I think it was him. The only person that you're in competition with is yourself.
Yeah.
And if you think for 1 second that you're competing with other people, you're not competing. You're being distracted. You're being distracted by that.
Yeah.
Because you're taking what some, and don't forget, so-and-so may be doing this, this, and this right now.
Yeah.
But that you don't know, that may be the farthest they ever go.
Yeah.
And
that's so fucking true.
And yeah, of course I want to do things that other people are doing right now. Do I want to be from city to city and playing shows and rocking? Of course I do. Of
course.
It'll get there.
Yeah.
But I also want more. I want to do more with this than just that, bro.
Yeah.
It's bigger than just playing music to me. It really is. Like, I want to create moments for people, and I want to impact. Education's in my blood. So some way, somehow, I need to take what I just did in that school with 30 kids and scale that.
What do you think is most fulfilling for you about your involvement in the music industry right now?
Yeah,
it really fills you up, Jake.
It's I think the way that I brand myself, I've heard a lot of people say, I don't even realize it, I guess, as much, but the way that I brand myself, I think the common thread is positivity.
Yeah.
And just being like real about things.
Absolutely.
A friend of ours, I think I mentioned at your wedding, came up to me and
Gracie?
Yeah, Gracie.
Yeah, I told her.
Yeah. It meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
And she's a very deep soul.
Absolutely.
She thinks a lot about a lot of things. She's a great girl.
Yeah.
She came up to me and she's always very sweet and very positive, but she told me straight up, she's like, honestly, out of all the content you push, some of the most impactful content that I've ever seen from you was when you opened up about a situation that you got kicked off a set because you were too inebriated.
Yeah.
And the story about how you sobered up after that weekend, had been sober since, kept in contact with that owner, showed them all the good things that happened, and almost half a year later, he gave you another chance.
Yeah.
That to me was more, she told me that was more impactful and it's than any of the other stuff, because it showed that I'm a human and I have problems and I make mistakes. And I think for me, what gets me going with the music industry is showing other artists that you can be just yourself. And yes, the celebrations are dope to post, but post some of your struggles, post some of your failures. Cat named Juice, Juice Man. Running the River North circuit right now.
Let's go.
He is a frat star. Mullet, just a wild cat. I think he's sponsored by Twisted Tea, which is so sick.
What?
He won the Heatwave competition, so he was playing in that first slot with me, and then posted a video a couple weeks later about how he completely train wrecked on stage. But that was dope.
Yeah.
He posted about it and was like, I'm gonna be honest about my fucking failure, because at the end of the day, he's on a stage.
Yeah.
That most people aren't.
Right.
I thought that was cool. So I think bringing the realness to the music industry for me is something that I want to tee off on with other people, especially when I've seen all these young artists come in. They have nowhere to start. They have no idea where to start. So like that farming aspect too. Not farming, but like it's a baseball term, right? You know, when you're like,
I know.
You're growing, you're ushering in the new. It's one of the most intimate.
It's a business term.
Yeah.
It's a business growth term.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's it's kind of like recruiting too, but it's more just like, you have an opportunity as an older person or older peer. You have two choices. You could be mad at the young people that are coming in.
Yeah, most are.
Or you can, continue to make yourself relevant because you're getting in with the younger crowd. But you can also take that as a moment for you to be a mentor. And I think that's something that I really love. I've learned that I've loved that just with the few weeks of me working with younger DJs and producers.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's something that's really cool. And again, it kind of just piggybacks off of the Chicago DJ scene.
Dude.
You know,
I've had so many amazing mentors here.
Yeah,
so
dude.
many. And still to this day. And
I still have one. I still have several.
Several. And so I went to, the Music Trust. I went to like their party that they had like last Tuesday, I think it was.
Cool.
And some guys that I had on the podcast, including Heavy and Mr. Shaw.
Heavy's a great guy.
Right?
Yeah.
And Heavy,
Shaw's too.
Right? And first thing they came up to me and said, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, I'm proud of you? What are you proud of me for?
Heavy,
like, bro,
Heavy
like,
called me.
it's just, sometimes it's
awesome.
tough, you know, like
awesome.
to hear that.
Yeah.
But like, it's not that mentors need to be someone who like, you know, is truly your mentor, but it's like someone who's older and more experienced that like recognizes and acknowledges and appreciates and like understands and is like there for you through thick and thin. And it was just a really, really good feeling for me to hear them say that. And then also at the same party, younger people come up to me and ask me questions that I used to ask them.
Yeah, that you used to be that kid.
Right. And not only did it make me feel a little old, but I felt so like that was fulfilling for me. And you and I have been talking about this a lot. You know, I took some time off social media, off the podcast and everything. And I thought, what fills me up? Yeah. And like you, I love teaching and giving opportunities. Yeah. I love sharing knowledge and positivity. Yeah. And
it's a beautiful way to be. And I wish more people could just do that. I mean, not everybody has the luxury of being so positive and
true.
You know,
that's a fair point.
But even there's some people that have it real bad that are still just as positive. You know what I mean?
More positive than we could ever be.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that too about the reaction you get from like a younger, or even like people that you've just known. One thing is, Heavy called me about a week and a half ago.
Did he?
Literally called me out of the blue. Because when I first started in the Chicago scene as a DJ, I was hungry, green, in your face. Let me get a gig here. Let me get a gig here. Let me get a gig here. And he was pretty established at that point. And, you know, so he's literally, you want to talk about a guy who's seen me go from here to here. He has the right to call me and say, I'm proud of you. I've seen what you're doing. But then the other aspect, I did a little plug here for my homie Shiny, who's Spencer, who's also Sherm's wedding DJ. Crushed it. Set the bar very high.
Not for hire though.
Yeah. He was running a beat match competition in Lincoln Park, and one of my students who I had been teaching was in it, invited me to go out. Again, it's more than just the lessons for me.
Who was the student?
His name's Kurt.
Kurt. Crazy motherfucker.
Killer Kurt.
Love that guy though.
What do I call Kurt Feelings? I told him that should be his name. Kurt. He was like, no, I don't know if my friend's like that. I was like, yeah, what do I know?
It's not about your friends though.
No, yeah, it's all good. No,
about you.
He's a great guy. He's very, very, he's a teacher too. He's a cool guy.
He? Nice.
Anyways, went out to support him. Spencer was on the mic and he was like, you know, giving feedback to one of the kids, and I walked right up. He's like, Jakeshoredrive. What are you doing here? You know, and like, which was cool. Fast forward, he asked me to judge the next week. I said, no problem. I'd love to. I understand the impact that what you're doing, which he doesn't have to do. Yep. He's giving kids a chance, and they're also giving them real constructive feedback. He's not chewing kids up and spitting them out. He really cares about what they're doing and how they can better themselves. Or if they're dope, let's get you a gig.
Yep.
But when I walked in the room that day that I was judging, and I met all the contestants prior to the show, all the judges are going around and saying who they are, and I come to me and I, you know, say who I am and I explain who I am, and head nods. One of the kids like, we know who you are, dude. And I'm like, okay. And the words, you know, just you get that feeling when somebody's kind of like excited to be around you and like respects you for what you've done and like knows you.
It's humbling.
It's very humbling. And it also goes to show like we're making an impact.
Yeah.
We are thriving in our city right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to the ones that have paved the way for us to do that.
That's a fucking fact.
So you know who you are. I don't need to name names. We have some legends in this city.
I mean, all the way back from the foundation when House was created.
It goes way, I mean, people I don't even know. But
right, exactly.
I mean, even older heads that are just a few years older than me, or even that have been rocking for the last 10 years, like, I am really excited about what this city's doing right now, but it feels good to be where we're at.
Yeah, it does.
I can't go nowhere without somebody saying, I was in Streamwood, Illinois at a Potbelly's, and the waiter comes out after just ordered from Potbelly's, comes out, he goes, you're Jakeshoredrive?
No shit.
I had my hat on.
Yeah.
So of course he knows it's me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. He's
like,
when
I got a Sherm hat on. Are you Sherm?
He's like, dude, I saw you at the DJ Snake show. Like I couldn't believe you were the opener. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I know, but I mean, like, I couldn't believe you, like, your opening set was wild. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. But I'm like, literally in the middle of nowhere, eating Potbellies. And it's just but it's humbling, man.
That's awesome,
and
dude.
And it's again back to, dude, that's awesome that people know us, dude. Yes, people know us.
Smell the roses.
I think we are the best D+ celebrity Chicago has to offer. I joke about that all the time. I say
D+.
D+ celebrities in Chicago.
That's right. D+. Catch us at the Potbellies in Streamwood.
Awesome. But I think we're doing it right because we don't want to use it and be like, fuck everybody, like I know who I am, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because some
like,
do that.
It's like, what's up, everybody? Oh, you want to work really hard at this and you really want this? Come hang with some people who want it too.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yep.
I love that. There's enough opportunities to go around.
There
I think
is.
People got to stop worrying about, and not here in Chicago. I feel like it's not like that here. People are not undercutting each other, but like at the end of the day, it's like, there's enough to go around, buddy. Take the people who want it and keep them around you because you never know when that person that was just a little fish, 2-3 years later becomes a big fish.
Absolutely.
You know?
Man. Yeah. One thing
never know.
I've been thinking about a lot, and I read it in the Avicii biography recently, which is a great book. It's called Tim. And, this is someone obviously who's debatably maybe the most famous electronic music producer of all time, right? For many different reasons. But one thing that he really struggled with was his ego and separating Tim Bergling from Avicii.
Oh, yeah.
And when I think about ego, I think it is, I'm better than you, like you can't compare to me, right? Like thinking you're better than everybody else.
Yeah.
That's actually not what it is. Ego is the voice in your head, and I think we talked about this, that says what you've done in the past is not good enough. And you need to keep working towards the future to top that and one up that. And guess what? We forgot about the present.
Yeah, we have a lot.
And the present is called the present because it actually is a gift. It's what is guaranteed right now.
Right now.
And I was really having ego issues, bro. Like churning out podcast episodes, content, something every single day. And like, I, of course, loved what I was doing, but was working so hard that I didn't even realize I was burning myself out.
That's the two-edged sword, right? You love what you're doing.
Right.
But you don't even recognize when the carpet's kind of slipping out underneath you.
Yeah, dude. When people say like, oh, if you love what you do, then you'll never work a day in your life again. It's like, that's couldn't be farther from the truth.
No, I mean, it just, you need to, I think what I've learned with producing, because I go through like so many of those creative blocks. I did for a long time. And when I first got them, I was like, I gotta keep making music.
Right.
Accept them.
Yep.
But it's hard. Right, because me and you, I think, have gotten more attention than we've ever.
Right, and you think I gotta keep going.
Dreamed of, especially in the last year, especially for me. Like I know with like Rock Your Hips and all the teaching stuff and all the media attention and articles and stuff. It's like I usually have a pretty good grasp, check on my ego to be like, okay, it's time to take a break.
Yeah,
But because the momentum was so furious, so awesome, I burned right through it. And I think after teaching. This past year when school year broke and it was the first couple weeks in summer and I knew I wasn't going back, I didn't give myself time to decompress. And like you said, you were feeling the mental burnout. I was making content, but I wasn't really doing it because I wanted to. I was doing it because I felt like I got to just keep this momentum. It just became like I was making content for other people.
Yes.
And not really something that I really wanted to make. And that happens. And I think the beautiful part about it that we need to realize is that we realized it. Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't realize it. Then they burn themselves to oblivion.
Dude, or 5 years down the road, you've totally lost track. Or 10 years. I was thinking 5. The worst part for me was the realization that, unfortunately, part of Matt Sherman was leaving me. And Sherm, not that there's any darkness to it, but was taking it over. And when I went on my honeymoon and I was with myself and just my wife, it was only Matt Sherman.
That's beautiful though.
And I'm still processing everything, to be honest with you. And that's why I wanted to have you on today, Jake, because I always feel like I can truly be myself with you.
Cool, man.
And sometimes in the music industry, it's like, I can't remember where I watched this, but like you have like this micro personality sometimes that like comes out in certain situations. Oh, yeah. Everybody does. Yeah. Right. And that micro personality for me became a macro personality. Yeah. And it was really hard for me to separate the two. So I did some soul searching, man, as cliche as it sounds. And where I feel like I'm at right now, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, is like just a mesh of both. Matt Sherman and Sherm are the same person again.
Wow. That's real quick. Take a moment.
Yeah. That's true. Huge. I didn't say any ands or knows in that. Wow. Like I'm so fucking positive about how I'm feeling about it.
That's huge. That's huge. Tap into your emotional intelligence, which is a big buzzword in education these
It
days.
is.
Something that hasn't been talked about really or focused on for decades, but
Yeah.
I think with everything that we've seen, needs to be.
Self-awareness, emotional intelligence. I love that.
It's also
man.
the climate that we're in. You got to remember, we're the first generation that's really experienced what we're being thrown at every single day on our phones for the first time. We're really the first generation that has been in it this long, right?
True.
What is that really doing? Like, there's a whole other conversation, but just going back into like what you're saying, like, you needed that. Think about all the great things that have happened for Sherm.
Yeah.
Your wedding happened for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
and you got to have those moments. And I agree. It really helps when you have people. I have plenty of people that I can talk to, but it just hits a little differently when you can talk to somebody who's also chasing what you're chasing.
Yeah.
And doing things in a similar fashion because you also understand the little nuances of it.
Yeah.
And I see that with you more than anybody. I feel like if you ask anybody who's been doing things at the same vicious pace as me, it's been you.
Vicious, perfect word.
And I mean, I just think about, again, kind of going back to that first question, moments. Some of the best moments of this past year have been the moments that I've been able to pick up the phone and talk to you either about something I'm struggling with or like during the Rock Your Hips time through a house. I mean, there was a point I was calling you like every day because the news.
I couldn't believe some of the calls I was getting.
The news that we were just,
dude,
both
check
of
out
us.
DJ Mag.
Yeah, that was a wild day. I wake up to a message from Birthday Party. The boys over there at Birthday. I still have never met those
Brian
guys.
and John, you haven't?
No, and they live down the street from me. They literally live down the street from me. I've never met them. Well, I met them once, I think, but I didn't even know each other at that point.
Yeah.
They messaged me and they're like, "Hey, I think you're on DJ Mag." I was like, "What?" I look at it and I'm like, I'm on the cover, not the cover, but like the first page of DJ Mag.
Yeah.
Like freaking DJ Mag's website. So who do I call? I called you. Because like as much as like I can call my dad and my girlfriend and
yeah,
they don't really get what that means. Like what that truly means, right?
100%.
Like, it's been those have been some of my best moments, honestly, being able to connect with people, but specifically you on just like some real ass shit. Like you gotta remember, we're real people trying to, like, as we're doing all this stuff, people only see us and know us on social media, a lot of people. Yep. And to some of my oldest best friends, I'm just Jake.
Exactly.
And that's what I saw at your wedding too. All the people that have known you as just Matt.
Dude, so many people there have known me since elementary school. 6 of my 8 groomsmen are literally middle school
That was
friends.
great. It's good for your soul.
Yeah, man.
We have a soul that needs to be fed, just like we're feeding that ego or whatever that is. It's not even just ego, but because it is something that we've built and worked for. But yeah, those lines can cross sometimes, and it gets a little scary. I think personally for me, I know we said we may talk about I think, I'll tell you right now, I don't even think, drinking inflates my ego to 1 billion.
Yep.
And I think one of the biggest reasons why I've been able to keep my ego, when people think of the word ego, in check, has been my sobriety with it all.
Yeah.
Because really, what you see is what you get on social media with me.
Yeah, that's true.
I am very straightforward, confident. I'm not going to be the guy that says, I don't give a shit what you think. But if I really gave a shit what you think, I wouldn't be posting this.
That's true.
I know that there's people that may have cringed at some of the things that I do and just, laugh or be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But I also know that the fact that you took that video and sent it to your group chat and said, look at this goofball. Well, now I'm in your group chat. So I win. You know what I mean? And that's, and some of us aren't that strong like that. Some of them aren't that strong. I actually thrive on the TikTok comments. There's been some funny negative ones.
Yeah?
And funny. And I laugh,
when you know things are going well. We got haters.
Things are going well. I cut my hair. No mullet, right?
And
one of the guys, somebody on there, I quote, "Yep, cut your mullet and grew some IQ back."
That's good.
But those, you got to know that comes from people that are mad at that they don't have something or are missing something in their own lives and want to spit that out at you.
Yeah.
And if you can understand, and don't get me wrong, some of it shit gets me.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, if you won, you've already won. If they're on your profile,
exactly,
commenting on your stuff, that you won, dude.
Thanks for the engagement.
Thank you. Thank you
Make
for
sure
the
to hit
engagement.
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. It's great. And I think that also what I want to continue to, I'm just mixing your questions now, but it's,
no.
those
I love it.
It's because I maybe don't have the answer when you ask it, but when you said, what do I look forward to bringing to the music industry, is that going back to that realness, like, and the confidence in just yourself.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my clients will ask me, well, what do I post? First thing I say, what do you do every day?
Yes.
What are you doing every day?
Yep.
And yeah, give it a target, give it a niche, put something that like has a foundation to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at my TikToks from when things started to go really well, almost every single TikTok has two things in common. One, if you go on my feed, it's me. All my videos have me. I'm the center of it because I'm just confident doing that. They also have the words house music in almost every single one of my videos.
Yep.
No matter what the content is about, it'd be school, or sometimes it's just literally about house music. But I did it for a couple of reasons. But I also thought about it as this: if I continue to push that for people who don't even know what house music is, or for people who are just getting into the idea of it, they're going to make my name synonymous with house music. And when you've done that, you've set yourself up pretty well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for any artist that it's like, but it also came back to doing what I do every day. Cause I was doing the whole stream my song and songs coming out next week. And and it's like, it doesn't do it on TikTok cause it's not authentic. So I decided, I was like, what do I do every day already? What's cool about my life already?
Yeah.
I'm a teacher and a DJ.
Right. Own that.
What am I doing?
Yep.
It's never been seen before.
Mm-hmm.
One of my friends told me that. It's like, you're the only person I know that does that right now. Fucking crazy if you really think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just started saying to myself, okay, well, every morning I'm just banging house music. Okay. Best coffee in the world. It was like house music to start your day with.
Yes. Yes.
And that's literally what it was, right? So I just put a camera on me, and when I park up, I literally would start coming to school 30 minutes early. I always came on my contractual time. Now I'm coming 30, 40 minutes early just to make TikToks, right? And I'm sitting in my car, and it's educational because I'm putting you onto a song.
Yep.
And I always pride myself as prime selector. I feel like my selection of house music is great.
Yep.
So I'm educating you, I'm entertaining you.
Yep.
Those are two of the big pillars of any successful TikTok. It's short form. You got a hook in the beginning. House music, not me, you should start your day with. So it feels like I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Mix that now with, what else do I do during the day? I go teach kids. Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to start playing house music when they walk in the door. Imagine you're a third grader. You walk in the door every single day knowing you're not only going to hear a new song that you never heard before, but you're going to hear some of your teacher's songs too. Or some people that are singing that your teacher just knows. Yeah. FaceTimed with Josh Arcee one time. They love the song What You Say.
I love it too.
And it's like, it's him. And Josh is like, he has no idea what to do. You know what I mean? It's like, you're a third grader. This is your school day.
Yeah.
You are walking in every day and your teacher's at his desk like,
God damn. Fucking epic, bro.
Imagine that. You know what I mean? Like when you step away from it and I think about it and I say it out loud, it is bonkers.
It is.
That's what I'm trying to bring though, man. Something different. But all I'm doing is like doing what I do. That's also why I can't just go back to teaching to make TikToks. Right. That's why I got to be real. It took me 2-3 months because I was nervous of how to put this out there. But today, I announced to my following, whatever it is, that I'm not going back to teaching. And that's like what I was known for.
Mm-hmm.
A big part of it is what I was known for was that I was a teacher. But,
right.
It's being real with your audience and telling them now the story. I'm not teaching anymore. Now
Mm-hmm.
It's going to keep people now. What's his next move? What is he doing? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like, there's nothing to hide.
You're so outspoken, man.
Yeah. I think you just have to be. I've learned the more outspoken you are about your realities.
Yeah.
People then know what you're dealing with. And my dad always says this: people want to help people that help themselves. If people see that you're grinding and really working for this, and it's genuine, they're going to be more willing to help you. But also if they don't know what you need help with, or they don't know what your intentions are, how could they help you? So I try to be outspoken because I feel like there's a lot of people that are scared to be.
Well, Jake, there's another big thing that you're outspoken about, and you just mentioned it. It's your sobriety, right? And I think to many in the music industry and outside the music industry, it's almost crazy to not drink, right? It's almost like the stigma.
Drink and other things.
Right.
Yeah.
Many other things. I mean, can you share like a little bit about how and when you made the decision?
Yeah, and yeah, I'll get to that. There's some points I always want to make very clear, but just when it started all, honestly, it started 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. So 2019, 2019. The exact same time I picked up Ableton.
Mm-hmm.
So those two definitely went hand in hand. I just found myself like down in some dark moments where I felt like I was plateauing and I wasn't really reaching my full potential. I noticed there was a lot of things that were happening in my life, and the common denominator always came back to drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll preface this: I wasn't a mean drunk. I wasn't a bad drunk. Honestly, most of my friends probably were like confused why they didn't think that I had an issue or a problem.
Yeah.
And I was just pretty much a recreational drinker, to be honest with you. It wasn't like I was drinking, popping one open at 9 in the morning. Like,
right.
I think Hollywood makes this whole alcoholic thing like seem very, and there
Absolutely.
are alcoholics that are like that. And I consider myself an alcoholic. I consider myself somebody who's recovering and all that, whatever. I have no problem saying that, but I just knew that something was off. And I knew that it was causing me friction in areas.
Like chemically?
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
It was changing who I was.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways
Yeah.
in those moments. And who it really hurt were people that were closest to me, the people that I was dating at the time, the one person I was dating at the time, my parents. Those are the people who really suffered most from it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really unfortunate that those are the people that did, because those are the people that I was responsible to, really.
Yeah.
And I think the people that was holding me accountable and I was accountable to, those were who was really hurting. My best friends, my homies, my boys. They're not worried if I'm getting home at the end of the night. Like, we're grown men, like whatever. So I knew I needed to stop, but I also had a huge driving factor. I knew that if I was going to do anything with my music career past just being a DJ, nothing wrong with people they're just DJs right now.
Yeah.
But what I wanted, I needed to make my own music, and I needed to push that artist brand. And there was no way I was going to be able to do that if I was getting drunk Friday, Saturday night, sometimes Sunday night, sometimes Thursday night, and not being able to recover until Wednesday. Yeah. And then here comes Thursday, Friday, Saturday all again. It's like that. It's just a roller coaster of momentum.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn a new language. Learning how to produce music is legitimately learning a new language. I had no background in music theory. I didn't even know the difference between a kick drum and a bass line, or like bass notes or a bass instrument. Literally so green, but I just knew that something had to break here. I needed to give this a go, and also felt like I just played with fire a lot.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, I just wasn't who I wanted to be. So that was the reason.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and I think some points that I want to hit on, like, it is the key in the lock to my success, and it has not been black and white over the past 3 years now. It's been a battle. I mean, every summer, specifically with my birthday, Chicago summer, it is tough.
Everyone drinking around you.
Yeah. Each summer in this 3-year time, I've relapsed or slipped in some way, shape, or form. Either it been a long version or it been a week or two, and very quickly things start to shift again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not long before I'm looking at myself in the mirror, sometimes broken.
Damn.
What are you doing?
Yeah. And
when it comes down to it, I had a really great conversation with a friend of mine who I consider the older brother I never had, Greg Turk. Shout out Turk. This is now this last summer, I think, and I've done a lot sober. It's hand in hand. When I'm sober, I am pumping. Okay. I never needed to drink, is what I realized very short on. But he told me, at this point, Jake, you taking a shot from somebody, or you going to buy that beer, buy that shot, that's an expensive shot. Because that, the difference between you when you're drinking and you when you're not. Look at it. Look around. And it's just I'm not saying being sober completely correlated to that. There's plenty of people that are successful that drink and do whatever. But for me, the correlation was clear. My trajectory, my momentum, everything I was doing was so much better, and good things just started to fall in my lap when I was sober.
Yeah.
When I've been sober. And again, going back to the fact that it has not been an easy road.
It won't be.
And it won't be. That's the thing I've learned about this. It's never going to be.
Exactly.
There's going to be, and I'm really, really good about it. I'm very strong, and I never really was public about it either until just this past couple months, really. I really got like open about it when I've hit my 200-day sober now for the second time. And I've actually learned being open about it. I have almost not a responsibility, but there's a power in that too. I've seen so much response to that about either people wanting to go sober. Sober curious is now the term.
Oh,
yeah, it's a big term. I've heard, I guess, I don't know. But that want to go sober, want to try being sober, wish they could go sober or went sober. There's a lot more sober people than you think. You know?
No, dude, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There really is. And so the other big point that I really want to make before anybody goes there, I have nothing against drinking. I have nothing. The first thing I do anytime being sober gets brought up within minutes, especially because it's usually at around the time I can go to a bar. I can do all that. I'm not here to make people feel uncomfortable about their choices. Of course. This is a me thing. Yeah. This is a me choice. I don't judge you. I don't judge anybody else for drinking. I drank. Okay. So, but I think some people when I started to be very vocal about it, some people, and usually it's the people that need that help. It's usually the people that have their own issues with alcohol that are outspoken about it. I don't have anything against drinking. You want to drink, go ahead and drink. There's no problem. But what I'm doing and what I've realized is the purpose of me being more vocal about it is that if I can help one person look at what I'm doing in a field where it is everywhere, built on the sales of liquor and God knows what else. Yeah. If I can do it, you can do it. Yeah, man. And if it helps one person, which I know it's helped multiple because I've done one-on-one coaching with people. Yeah. I still have people I talk to this day. That's what I'm trying to do. That's who I'm trying to help. That's who it's for. That's my target audience. I'm not sitting here to put a flag in the ground, die on the hill that drinking is terrible. Yeah. Drinking is bad. Yeah. That's not what I don't care if you drink. If you drink, cool. If you drink and you can handle it, damn it, I'm jealous. Yeah. It's not really for me. I think it also is an age thing, to be honest with you. Yeah, for sure. You know as well as I do, the hangovers are fucked. And to me, it's not worth it. I got things to do. I spend every day doing something that I feel like is going to get me somewhere further, brick by brick. Yeah. And to waste that over a drink, to sacrifice that over a drink, it just doesn't do it for me anymore. It doesn't make sense to me.
You're brutally honest with yourself, man, which is something that I think every human deals with.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people that aren't honest with themselves and they just...
That voice is there.
Yeah.
It has to be, right?
I know I need to stop. They don't. But it's not easy to stop either.
No.
Look, society does not make it easy.
No, dude. Especially in America.
It's actually a weird trick. It's kind of like a funny trick that we've all kind of just like accepted.
It's insane.
You know?
It's true.
And again, I just said I'm not against it. I'm not against alcohol, but you do got to question, you know. I don't know. There's a lot of bad things that happen from drinking alcohol. When you really weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah.
The cons list is very, very large. At least it was for me. Pros, maybe I had a marginally better time. Maybe I laughed a little harder. Maybe, maybe. But what I've learned though is being sober in those moments, me personally, I think it's also helps that I am who I am with the confidence and the social. Yeah. I'm very social and I can.
True.
I never needed it, man, to do what I needed to do. And also the respect that I get from it is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Is the inebriation I need, I say.
Yeah.
The drunk on life aspect. I've had people, I'll conversate with them, I'll tell them what I do, and then I say I'm sober. And it's like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it's also like the people I work with professionally, what you see is what you get. I'm not going to be coming waltzing into your venue hammered. I'm not waltzing, everything that I say with intention. Yeah. Everything I say with conviction. I'm in control. I remember the conversations I've had. Mm-hmm. All those little nuances too, I think are such for what I'm doing and really what anybody's doing. If you want to take yourself professionally serious, I feel like, why not be clear and in control?
It's kind of crazy. Like I stopped drinking for even just like 2 weeks before my wedding.
Yeah.
I lost like 8 pounds. Mm-hmm. I was thinking so clearly. Like
it is crazy, man.
So I think how I'm treating alcohol is changing.
Yeah.
And like I share the message with you here. Like you do you.
Yeah, of course.
Right? That's what I realized. Like, you fucking do you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm here to take care of myself because one thing that I've thought about for a long time, and it's over the past month, I'm trying to reap what I sow. I'm trying to own what I say. Like, live up
That's
to what I'm trying to do.
in the journey of sobriety.
Yeah, man. Like, you know what they say when you get on a plane, the oxygen mask, right? You got to put it on first before you can help somebody else.
Yep.
I say, I want to live my life.
Don't put it on over your masks. When they were saying that, I was like, oh my God. Every time I heard that, it was so funny. But yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Exactly. No. You know what I'm saying?
Self-accountability. With a lot of the people I talk to that are trying to go sober or in that process, and it's something I've learned most recently is outside of being sober is like saying you're going to do something and then doing it, proving to yourself, not for anybody else, for yourself.
Yes. Building
that trust within yourself. There's a conscience in there that you have to have a relationship with. And if you constantly say, I'm going to get up at this time in the morning and go to the gym, and then you don't, that translates to a lot of other areas in your life.
Yeah, it does.
You know, but if you do, you just showed yourself and the rest of your willpower and mind and strength and everything that like, I can put my mind to something and do it and stick to it, you know, and then that transfers to something as big as trying to go sober. You know, it's,
yeah,
I'm glad that you realize that like, you know, just reaping what you sow, or, you know, going for what your intentions are, but following through.
Yeah, man.
It's a huge piece of this business, music business, is the follow through.
Because it's really easy to just say, not today.
Yeah.
Don't need to do this right now. I'm going to put it off.
It's just as easy to say, let's do this for one more day.
Exactly.
That one more day aspect. That's a big one too. One day at a time, you know?
It's so mental, man. How the fucking mind works.
Oh, yeah. And it's, I just feel, I always think about the people who, I feel like I'm very mentally strong. Not that I'm perfect. I have my flaws, and I have moments where I'm not as mentally strong.
Support system too.
Right.
I know that's very important to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. The support system is huge, but I feel for those people who aren't as mentally confident and strong, or just don't know where to, you know, but that's why speaking about it and letting people know that there's, I think the caveat with me that really draws people to me is like, versus going to like a therapist or an AA meeting, is that I'm very relatable. You know, I'm living in a very relatable life. I'm in the party scene.
Yeah.
I'm going out still. I have a social life.
It's possible to do both.
It's possible to do both. And I think that's what draws people to that, is like, well, my therapist doesn't understand why I'm going raving till 5 a.m. in the morning and listening to house music.
Yeah.
Trying to do it sober. My therapist ain't gonna. Most therapists aren't gonna understand that. You know,
right. Most people don't understand.
Exactly.
That. Yeah.
So I think that's the other thing too. So anybody, I encourage anybody out there that is looking for just a piece of advice or guidance or just to talk. I cherish those times. You know. So I'm open to it. Hit me up in the DMs, man.
I love that, man. I was just going to ask where people could get help. They just come to you.
Just literally DM me and just be like, literally just say, I want to do this. I know it. There's a friend of mine that I knew went to the same high school, maybe not same high school, same college. She hit me up about 2.5 years ago, down on her luck, said she knew she needed to change, saw that I was doing what I was doing, asked for help. We had a couple really good conversations. She's been sober ever since. Wow. Has literally changed her entire life. And so awesome to see that.
That's amazing.
And obviously it was her, but to be a part of that and be the person that she, in some way, shape or form, I set her up a little bit. You know what I mean? I was able to give her simplify some things to her and debunk some myths and just be there for her when she needed it. She doesn't owe me anything. I don't owe her anything. But again, if it goes back to like, if I can help that one person.
Yeah, man.
How cool is that?
It's fucking awesome.
You know? So
you have a message.
Yeah, man. It's something that I think, like you said, needs to be talked about because it is very prevalent in really any profession, really, but specifically ours. You know, you could be drunk in front of your boss. You'd be hammered. Okay, I've been yammered DJing.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I think the more we talk about it, I think it just opens the lines for it. There's only good things that can come about it.
I know, bro.
You know, so
it's good, man. And dude, what you showed me before, the music, like you're feeling good, man. Like I don't think I've ever seen you, or let alone another human in the zone that you're in right now. I mean,
Feels pretty good.
Came off Rock Your Hips. Came off like this year for you. You had your
let's talk music.
First label release with Hood Politics.
Loved it. Loved the Hood Poly fam forever.
Who High with Diaz, Buenos Diaz, and
Fireman.
Came out on Chicago All Stars. Couldn't think of a better launch for you, bro. Right? And that track is fucking sick.
Yeah.
So dope. And then that house music again with Fireman. Immediate sign.
Mm-hmm.
You've had some amazing remixes this year, bro. Like, this is what I want to ask you about your remixes, because you're putting this really dope, tasteful spin on it, because as a producer, remixing can be one of the most fruitful and enjoyable ways to actually create.
Oh, I love it.
And considering your background and passion for hip-hop, and especially open format DJing, what's it like actually being able to put your tech house and house spin on tracks like ABCDEFU, About Damn Time, and most recently LSD?
I think it's literally me. It's me in the most sense of the word as far as my musical taste. It's open format to the core. So that's really what I was for the longest time, a very open. I prided myself on being open format, and I respect it so much that I'm still trying to do that, but I just kind of like narrowed the lane a little bit, especially since house music is so prevalent, so, may I say, mainstream now. You know, it's me. It is who it's really what I love to do it. And like, it's funny, those remixes happened within the first 10 minutes. The best songs.
That About Damn Time one, bro, when I was like, send it to me, you're like, it's a clip.
I made it literally at my lunch and took the TikTok and was like, I think I just made the coolest remix at my lunch. But that again goes back to like, what are you really doing? I'm really making music on my lunchtime. That's really what I was doing. That one came together so, but it's also, I am strategic about the way I do it.
True.
About Damn Time was a very huge viral dance right then and there. And
great song.
I love the song.
Yeah.
But I can't listen to the original now because the way I did it, the remix, there's not tons of bells and whistles on it. It really is it's just a groove, and it's pumping, and it's thick. Shout out to Propa on the mix and master for that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, bro. That kid, he is a mentor of mine, even though he doesn't like me calling him that. That kid is really cool, and he also, I hate to say it, but he knows his worth, and he's really worth it. I think
he's a great producer.
I think he's a great producer.
Good to see him having like success with global support.
Yeah, and I also think tapping in with him have opened his eyes to how important it is to brand yourself and be yourself.
Yeah.
His branding is really cool. I don't want to get off into that tangent too much, but back to the music. Man, it is me in a nutshell. Those songs that I'm doing, I'm not doing it for anybody else but me. I truly, it's something about the vocal, something about the hype behind it already. I just like putting my spin on things. I really do. I like putting my spin on things. I like being able to be like, okay, now I can fit this into my set. And that's been a big proprietor of how I go about music now. Can I play this in my set? I have to be able to play it in my set. If I can't play it in my set, it's honestly useless for me.
Yeah.
Which is like, I've showed you a couple songs, and one of them was like that deep house track that is more of a streamable track.
True.
I don't know if I'd play that in my set necessarily, but that's why I made a VIP remix to it that I will play in my track, and it's still giving off that same vibe of the original song. But yeah, man, I think it goes back to just not being afraid to be yourself and thinking about where I've come from. The standard music goer in Chicago has a hip hop side. And has a dance music side.
True.
I think, even if you're one or the other, that's kind of where Chicago falls in for the young crowd.
Yeah.
The clubs right now. For a while there, it was very hip hop heavy and SoundCloud rap oriented. But I'm trying to mix them both.
Fuck yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Because nobody else is doing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I shouldn't say nobody else is doing it, but I really feel like I'm putting Chicago into the mix.
Yes, you are.
I'm doing Chicago shit. You know what I'm saying? And things like Fireman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fireman, I don't even know how that happened. I think, again, Shoot Your Shot, because I think it was just a DM.
Yeah.
He's got just a very tenacious, vicious way of putting out content in his own right.
He's fucking wild.
And his vocal is, this guy walks into my studio, sparks up, cracks open something, Hennessy or something, tells me, yo, man, I love that you're a teacher. Gives me that whole spiel and then says, just cut on the mic. And I play him the riff of that house music at the time.
Yeah.
And bro, it's like a lion has entered the booth. I felt like I was standing in like how Wheezy used to do it, right? He's just freestyled the whole thing. That's freestyled, by the way. In case you Who High, that house music, and we got a couple other ones that I haven't.
Are you kidding? All right, you guys gotta hear this one before we talk about it because it is insane. This one's called That House Music by Jakeshoredrive featuring Fireman on Hood Politics Records.
Come on. It's that sneak out your house music, cheat on your spouse music, take off your blouse music. That house music, roll up an ounce to it. She got some bounce to it. She bout to bounce to it. That house music. Did you fucking? 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 It's up then. That house music. That house music. It's not just a groove. That house music. That house music. House is a feeling. That house music. That house music. And when you feel it. That house music. That house music. You will understand.
Those are freestyled, man.
God damn.
That was freestyled. And like obviously afterwards, you know, would there be some arrangement things or some takes would be like, do that.
Yeah, but he felt it.
But it was literally like we didn't really know each other, and he would just say, "Come on." Like I would try to be like talk and direct. He's like, "No, just come on, just play it again." Okay, cool. But it's Chicago. That's a South Side rapper.
Yeah.
That has, his parents showed him house music. Chicago house music, and he knows house music.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He took that sneak out your house music, cheat on your spouse music. That flow is from old house music.
True.
You know what I'm saying? The spoken word part of like who high, woo.
Yep.
We came here to get drunk tonight.
It's so good.
Lit tonight.
Yes.
Might just fuck your bitch tonight. Like if she let me. But like he's in the booth, literally just saying it, just speaking it. Like, and I'm just like, this is so Chicago. Like the words that house music when he's like, who fucking tonight?
Yep.
Who fucking? It's up then. Like that's shit that Chicago people say.
It's so fucking cold and raw and authentic, man.
Chicago to the day I die, man.
That
we talked about that too,
Dude, yeah.
It all sounds different too for me. I honestly, I show people. Sometimes it's like weird because I'll go to a label or I'll send somebody demos and it's like, I have so much shit all over the place, but I go back through my discography and everything sounds a little bit different.
Yeah.
But other people have told me like, you have a sound. I don't even notice it, but I guess I do. I also feel like everything's a little bit different.
You have a soul.
Well, good. That's good.
That's what it is. Because I don't think you have a sound. I mean, your sound is Chicago house music, right? But like, I know this is a Jakeshoredrive song.
Well, that's good. I love that.
But not from like, oh, this is that bass line or that kick. Because
what makes it a Jakeshoredrive song? I'd like to hear. Like, what do you like?
Fucking originality, bro. Like, cool. Honestly, like,
cool.
I feel like I already knew the song almost. I'm like, oh, I like this. Do I know this?
That's good. I've been really big with that lately. We were talking about it before. The familiarity aspect of it, but also the moments that you make in a song.
Yeah.
For prime example, Rock Your Hips primarily was not really a very highly produced track. It was a very catchy bass line, but what's a catchy bass line to the average listener? It was just a good bass line, a groovy bass line. The drums are very simple, but it's that watch me rock my hips and make it wig, right? Whatever it is. That's the memorable part that people remember. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's with any music. That some of the best songwriters, music, when I say a song, you can either hum or say the most important part. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how the music listener listens. And sometimes it's hard as producers to remember that you're making songs for the average listener. So I think the speed in which I'm making these songs now, I've taken a really big step back of worrying too much. I mean, if something sounds like shit, obviously no bueno, but At the end of the day, dude, nobody gives a shit about that hi-hat you put in there, bro. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, do it with integrity. Do things with, with intent to make it dope. But the little fine things, the average listener doesn't care. They don't care. You know what I mean? And
So
I think
true.
it's important. That's what I've been, but that's also why it sounds original and it's got originality to it, I think, is because I'm really just focusing on the memories of it, like the parts that people are gonna be like, whoa.
Yep.
Either that be a dope vocal or a cool synth that like comes in before the drop, or the dance or the TikTok I made with it. Just I don't know. It's trying to tell stories with it.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it is starting to lean. It's starting to like really hone in on it.
Mm-hmm.
I have my few bass line styles or my few
Yeah,
drum styles.
for sure.
And I think that's also comes with just finishing music.
Yeah, man.
You kind of know what works. So I've been piecing a lot of things from old songs.
Yeah.
That's something Prappa showed me.
Yeah.
That guy's got a whole list of all the patches and presets that he's used from his old songs. So it's like, oh, I use this in that song. I think I'll go good here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dope because it's like, the sounds start to become familiar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, that's a classic Jakeshoredrive synth. You know what I mean? Like
That's true.
stuff like that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really like mending it all together to make
I'm
it
trying. I am
yourself.
doing that with intent. Like
Yeah,
lately.
yeah.
I have starting to take old little pieces and blips and rework them in a sense where you still get the tone or you still get the familiarity, but it's just worked differently. But that's what it's going to start. It's going to be like, oh, I heard that somewhere. Oh, I heard it in that house music.
That's right.
Like stuff like that, I think is important to build that sound, So
What's it like for you to be playing your music in front of these massive fucking crowds, bro?
we've been talking about moments a lot with your first question. That is something that we all dream of, but when you're in that moment and you see
Out of
that
body.
crowd, it is like, it's like, dude, it's insane. I mean, one of the best moments, biggest crowd of my entire life was the DJ Snake show, where I was opening up for Nitty Gritty and then DJ Snake.
Yeah.
But like, I think a lot of people don't realize like the headliners to those shows really don't come on until like 1, 2, maybe.
Yeah.
Most people, when you go to a show, you want to get there like 11 at the latest.
Yeah.
Well, I started at like 10:30, and my set went to like 12:30, I think, something like that.
Holy shit.
So I had the whole crowd there.
Yeah, dude. The
And
crowd looked insane.
And you can't even see really past like the first 10 people, but like at that moment, I'm still that kid that started at Red Lion.
You were having so much fun, bro.
And having so much fun and being real with it.
Yeah.
I may say that I may get on the mic a little too much sometimes, but fuck you. But I'll be real.
Yeah.
Like I low key like at like a really small part of it, like where there's like nothing going on. I was like, I literally was on the mic. I was like, y'all got to understand that this is just as huge for me as it is cool for you to see this. And like that times my like things that I do try and be a showman when I'm up there. And I think
Yeah,
a lot
you're an entertainer, bro.
Well, I watched a lot of WWE.
Yes, you fucking did.
And honestly, when I'm up there, bro, I think I'm a wrestler. I mean, I've like accumulated this move, and you may know the move. I be hitting the I got it from Chris Benoit.
Oh.
And, he's got his own history. I actually just watched The Dark Side of the Ring with him, which is a great documentary series.
Was he your favorite?
No, not my favorite. He also, I didn't need to bring light to it. He just is not known for the best things for the end of his career. But him and The Undertaker.
Dude, I was just about to do it.
When I'm in pure Jakeshoredrive mode, when the Jakeshoredrive is in 6th gear, okay, and you see me hit one of these, I get like that deer in the headlight look in my eyes, and I'm ready. You've seen it, like, that's that feeling I get. But little things like pointing people out, like when my songs are playing, like getting that, I'm amped. But I'm watching people's faces, and I just take a quick moment to just point at somebody in the crowd.
Dude,
like,
I love doing that.
Well, imagine you're in the crowd.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, and the DJ does that to you.
I've gotten pointed at by a big DJ, and I'm like, they just saw me.
Right, dude. And it's like, it goes back to like the humility of it all. It's like, what do people want? Like, people want that
They want to feel
feeling.
special.
Right. I'm up there feeling special, like it's like ever before, but like, let me show you this. Let me give you a taste. Yo,
Be
what's
part
up,
of this
dude?
moment.
Yeah, and I think that's what people really gravitate to. You know, and but yeah, there's no other feeling like playing your song. I got a lot of songs. We haven't talked about it yet, but I hope we get to it. North Coast.
I was just about to segue into it.
I got a lot of songs. And I showed you most of them for North Coast that I am so excited. I really understand now, like testing out songs.
Yes.
That's another big thing for me too. And I learned that from a James Hype class that I took, is like making the songs are great. Taking it to your CDJs and looking at the waveform and how it stands up to other songs is another huge thing I've taken. It's allowed me to do my mixes and masters a little bit on my own more.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to do really quick. But going out and testing it out and seeing what the reaction is and seeing how it fits and how it just flows, that's a huge part of it. It really is a huge part of it. And it is so overwhelmingly rewarding when you get that feedback. Or, you know, something like with Rock Your Hips, when like now when I announce it, I play a specific version of Rock Your Hips on my live shows. I play the original version that has both the verses.
Yes.
That nobody else can ever hear because I can't put it out that way. And I lean into that.
Yes.
This is a song that some of you may know me for.
Yeah.
It's Rock Your Hips, right? And then I'll say, but this is the exclusive version that I only play at my live shows.
Yeah.
Now people feel like they've paid for something,
Yes.
right? It's like they got something that they're never going to see anywhere else. And I think some of the best DJs do this. Those live edits are things that they'll never release. You can only hear at their shows. But the cool part about that song, you know, is that people know it. You know,
they
people
do the fucking dance.
And they do the dance. It's just so crazy. Like, that is crazy, man. Like, it is an awesome feeling. It's an awesome.
Damn.
How about you? Mean you too? You playing your shit? Like,
it's strange, bro.
It's
I
strange.
always, in my head, I'm like nervous.
oh yeah. If you don't get nerves before the shows that we do, or as a DJ in general, if you don't get nerves, you don't care. There's a difference between like nervous wreck
true.
and like the steel butterflies. You know what I mean? And like I just get into the butterfly effect, right? Or that's not even.
I'm like, here
effect.
we go.
But yeah. And you know what's funny is the last one I did, the last big show I did was my first ever Lollapalooza after show for Side Piece, which was cool, really cool. But you know what? I went to Lolla beforehand like a normal person.
Yep.
And like I said, there's a difference between being like some of these big shows. I've been kind of like it's consumed my whole day from start to finish. This one I wasn't like that. I went to Lolla, had a good time, ran into a few of your buddies, told them exactly this.
Yeah.
Went right into Concord. And just lit it up.
Fuck yeah.
It's turning into another night in Chicago for us. You know what I mean? Which is like, and I don't mean to sound it like it's not a big deal. It's fucking huge for me.
Of course.
But we're entering the comfort zone. Not the comfort zone, but just we're doing it with swag.
Yeah.
It's
You've
like
been here before.
Yeah, we've been there. And so that's where you shine, because I'm up there having a good time with it. I'm laughing. You know, I'm having a good time, and like people can sense that. You know, and I think that's what people want to see. Not some DJ that even if you are massive and big, like, you know, if I see DJ Snake just up there like just fucking jamming, it's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. It's cool shit. It's cool shit, man, for sure.
God damn, bro. And dude, this is gonna be a massive festival for you. You're playing Sunday, 6 to 7 p.m. I want to promote it right now because this is gonna be out in time.
Yeah. Road to North Coast has been going, but it is we're at the thick of it now. 16 days, 15 days, something like that. I have to promote this. I'm running their TikTok, which is fucking awesome.
This is gonna be on their TikTok.
Yeah, it is. If you haven't, that's what we got to put this in. It's more real than ever for me personally. It is my second festival. I'm super excited. It's hometown vibes.
Yeah, man.
We got hometown advantage. It's
home court.
And I'm playing at 6 p.m.
Perfect that time.
I think honestly that's probably one of the best. If you're not a headliner, and you're kind of still a local artist, which I still consider myself a local artist, that's an insane set time, because it's everybody who's going to the fest is probably there at that point, at that time. Of course they are. Or people that have been there and they're now settled in.
Yeah.
You're at a point where you're at a time in the day where you're not conflicting with those headliners or the major artists.
7 o'clock is when
You
it
know,
starts,
and
yeah.
not to take away any credit from the artists that are also playing at the same time as me.
Right.
But I think the artists that are playing at the same time as me are just completely different vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are there at that moment, 6 p.m. for house music, Chicago house music, you know where to go. Fire Pit, Mad Max vibes, Fire Pit. It's going to get hot.
Yeah.
I got a lot of cool fucking music to showcase.
God damn.
I'm even contemplating bringing my little niece out. She's a
Do
little
it.
TikTok dancer.
Fuck yeah.
And like the fact that like we can say that, like I'm gonna bring you out in front of God knows how many people. Because that's the thing. Like if it was just a regular random time,
Right.
I don't know if there would be that many people there. And I'm not afraid to say that. I get that. It's part of being in the festival circuit for the first time, working your way up.
Mm-hmm.
It happens, not a big deal. But like 6 p.m., I'm almost guaranteed like overflow. I'm
For sure.
almost guaranteed that there's gonna be people there. And it's like,
Look at you.
yeah, dude, it's fucking nuts because this is North Coast. This has been going on for what, 10 years, 12 years, 11 years, something like that?
Yeah.
This is huge. I've been going to North Coast since I was a kid myself.
This is one of the best festival lineups for
Oh,
the
the lineup,
entire
yeah.
summer
It's insane.
on a nationwide level. For me, this year to North Coast is like the most special moment of my career because I put a post up about it. 4 years ago, I played their silent disco. It was the first time I had ever played a festival, right?
Right.
I remember being so nervous, so fucking prepared,
course.
song by song. And then last year, played second slot on one of the big stages. So nervous, crushed it.
Yeah,
In
that was
that
awesome.
moment, I was like, I am born to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And this year, I'm playing the Diplo stage for an hour and a half, and I'm doing a 3-hour takeover at the silent disco.
I'll be there.
Combining, yeah, you're getting on the decks. I revealed one of the guests. Combining everything.
Yeah. Full circle, too.
Full circle, man. And it just is like a really, really special thing for me on a personal level.
As it should be.
And I'm going to be giving away free merch that's exclusive
Absolutely.
to North Coast. Fucking hats.
Let's go.
Like, this is just...
What a way to end summertime
Yeah.
shy. What a fucking way to bang it out. Not to mention, we'll keep it general,
Yeah.
but there's a lot going on in the city
There
on that
is.
weekend.
Yes.
There's a lot going on for Chicago music that weekend. We don't need to
So
get in the
much.
speaker. We don't need to name any names, but because I love everybody and I love
Yeah.
Chicago in general, but
Yeah,
it's good for the fucking culture, man.
it is.
On top of that, what a homie fest. It's gonna be.
Fest.
I mean, it's everything you dream of.
It is.
You get a big stage, big crowd, people from all over the world, one of the biggest festivals you can imagine in Chicago, in the Midwest, let it be. Crazy lineup. The fact that we're going to have artist passes with the artists that are going to be there is crazy networking opportunities for ourselves. But the fact that we're going to be backstage and be like, what's up, dude?
Yeah. How are you?
Hey.
How's it going?
And I'm going to look at you and you're going to look at me and I'm just going to laugh. I'm just going to be,
Hey, Fisher, what brings you here?
you know?
Hey, Armin, how was the flight?
Homie fest.
Yeah.
Dude. And like that is just, it also shout out to the decision makers.
Yeah. No, shout out to Collective, man.
Goes back, I'll say shout out to Collective.
Yep.
On the other end, shout out to Ors.
Yeah.
I always mess up that up.
Yeah.
Shout out to, and those are, some big cats, but there's also some smaller people that are, and I don't want to scale it down to their size, but just some people that are doing more boutique stuff. House calls. Love the people at house calls.
Yep.
I think stuff for that on all ends of it is so pivotal for this city to grow. We talked about earlier. You could be the older guys with the decision making and be gatekeeping and not understand that you need to usher in the new, the young, the hungry in order to keep this thing rolling.
Yep.
I truly think we are in now the rebirth, dare I say, the rebirth of Chicago house music.
Dude.
Because
Going down.
a lot of people, and I'd like to talk about it, a lot of people, they always say, Chicago's the birthplace of house music.
Yeah.
And that's in a generational aspect, yeah, for sure. And to some people that are a little bit older than us, yeah. But if you ask me about my club experience in Chicago and being out in the club scene, for the last however many years, specifically the year 2016, height of hip hop in the clubs, height of the bottle service model, height of, it being more catered to who's spending money on tables.
Yeah.
That experience when Instagram was kind of coming in and the aesthetic and the perfection of it all.
Yeah.
That's what the look was.
Yeah.
I am going to argue to say, and nothing against that model and nothing against the venues, but I've noticed a very big shift from that. And it also correlates with the way that house music has become more of a household name. It's not just EDM anymore. House music.
Yeah.
Is such a big thing. And with comes that is the experience that people provide now at their places.
Yeah.
Selfless plug. Over at Fame nightclub.
Yeah.
They run house music and sushi.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's awesome.
Yep.
It's beautiful. I think it's so cool.
Yep.
It's different. It's food and house music. It's a vibe. I think, and people are not coming there to necessarily. I mean, of course, people, they want sales. They want people to spend money.
Yeah.
But they want experience, and that's what people want to see. Same with house calls. House calls is giving an intimate experience.
That's the scene. That's the fucking scene. Those are the people that are driving the movement forward, right? You look at places like Smart Bar, right? I want to give a shout out to my people at Manifest, Zoe Glass and Abigail, right?
I know the names,
Dude, they put on some really fucking sick events. That's like house music, no fucking sacrifices. Like you're coming to this event, you go for the event, they barely even need a lineup.
The budget ain't that big.
No!
It's like guys like us that could either say, I ain't doing that, or again, goes back to that ushering in, farming, understanding of the growth and the mindset of how something works. What we're in right now, dare I say it, could be the Netflix documentary in 15, 20 years that's titled The Rebirth of Chicago House Music. And let's give credit where credit's due. There's the people that have been in between that time, like we talked about, but John Summit is paving and leading the way again.
He absolutely is.
And a great dude.
Yeah.
If you haven't had a chance to actually talk, funny story about him, which I've told, I get a DM on my TikTok back in like May, June from said John Summit, young Juan Summy. And I wanted so bad to like post it out there, but I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
He took some time. I'll say it here though. Hit me up and was like, yo man, I see everything that you're doing. And I think it's so cool that we're both from Chicago and we're doing this thing. And I'm sitting here like, what am I doing? Like, you're fucking, what do you mean? But he took time out of his day to share that with me. On top of that, then goes, I don't know if you remember this, but we actually DJ'd together at Red Lion back at U of I. And I'm like, what? I don't remember.
Holy
shit. Probably drunk. But he remembered that.
Wow.
And that just opened up some lines of communication between me and him. But it's more so just that, like, I see you and what we're doing right here is meaningful. It means something. And, like, I just think, how cool is that if we are part of something that we don't even know yet? You know what I mean? And I think other people are seeing it. And it kind of goes back to what we talked about earlier. We are so blessed to be in this city and have so many opportunities. I've contemplated moving. Nashville was on the list just because I can see that there's something bubbling there in Nashville, but not a lot of opportunities for cats out there to go into places and just play house music.
No,
it still is very controlled and very, venue led, which obviously a venue should always have say in the music.
I mean, it's country music capital.
And it is country music capital of the world. And they obviously have room to play other things, but it's just, we are so spoiled with the opportunities that we have here, the culture that we have here, understanding the scale of the culture, where we do have some big fish, but it's the small fish that make the stream go. You know what I'm saying? And it's really huge that guys like me and you see that and understand the power of that. And even if I can help in any way, even just by showing up or I'll be open. And right now I'm in contact with the people over at House Calls, a friend named Drew. I'm reached out to him about, I told him I'd like to help him move along on the TikTok side of things for House Calls. He's a very smart kid in general.
He is.
But just because I care about it.
I know.
Like, I want to see it flourish. I don't need to be in it. But I want to see it flourish. I really love what it's doing right now. And he understands that too. Again, it's like, kind of goes like, you can be mad at TikTok and cringe at it, or you can understand that it can change your fucking life.
Yep.
You know? And that's kind of what I start with anybody I consult with is like, there's no better time than now to go take that leap and just try it out. You have nothing to lose. You know, he gets it. And I think he's smart enough that with a couple meetings with me and what I can help, you know, him understand, it's like, boom.
Yep.
They can now be the boutique place that you come to when you visit Chicago.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
Some people, I think a lot of venue owners and like promoters, they don't see outside of Chicago and they're like, why would I want somebody from... How many people visit Chicago on a given weekend? How many people you think visit Chicago on a given summer weekend?
It's one of the biggest travel destinations in the world, actually.
And I will tell you straight out, fact, TikTok search is more used than Google search nowadays. Yeah, look it up. Fact check me, but I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't doubt it.
I believe it.
Well, look, I went to Tampa one time and I typed in, you know, instead of doing Google 10 things to do in Tampa, I typed it in TikTok because you have real people going to these places showcasing it to you.
Yeah.
And if House Calls is 10 places to go listen to house music in Chicago and it's buzzing at number 1 or whatever, popping up because they've taken the time to put themselves out there. It's handheld, it's authentic, it's you're giving the real experience. There's no production to it.
Yep.
You're going to go. You're going to go because it also doesn't seem too big for you to go. It's like, this looks like something I can handle. Yep. And then when you go there, you get the real aspect of it. It's people that just want to dance. Yep. They want to meet people. They want to dance. They're all there for one common reason. It ain't to flash their bottles. It's to the experience.
Yep.
And it's a great way to get very intimately close with artists that are either about to do a lot of big things or artists that are already doing big things.
Yeah.
You know, they've had a lot of cool names in there too.
No, for sure.
I think, you know, coming back to what we started talking about here is just like North Coast, the Chicago culture, the homie aspect of it, us moving up in it, but also understanding that there's a lot of other key players, just the rebirth, everything. I think, man, I've been a lot of places. Chicago is just so different. Fucking different. It is different, as the kids say. Different, right?
I'm smelling the roses here year round.
Yeah, dude. And like, man, it's just when you go other places, you realize, one, Midwest people are a breed of their own. They're a breed of their own, but like just the scene and the camaraderie and like everything, man, is just, there's a lot of like cool, really feel good stories that can come out of here too. You know what I mean? And it's just like Chicago. It's Chicago. There's no better way to put it. I can't even explain it to you. It's just like, it's Chicago. We are a different breed, man. We moved to a different beat, and no pun intended with house music, but it just in general, just the way that people are, and that kindness and camaraderie and openness and neighborly feel, you don't get that everywhere.
No, you don't. Especially in a city like this.
Yeah, you really don't. So I think it makes perfect sense why our music scene is like that, and goes back to what you said, win together. Let's win together.
Everybody.
You look at, what are some huge rap groups that came full force as a group, right? You got like NWA, you got
G-Unit.
Yeah, you got who am I missing here? I mean,
Dem franchise.
So many. Dem franchise. There's definitely some more like.
Yeah. I got you.
But still, just like that aspect of it, like let's get on a XXL magazine for house music and have like the homies sitting on there, like Chicago house homies. Music is here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the rebirth.
Damn.
I claimed it right now. You heard it first.
Fuck.
If it hasn't already started,
it is right now.
We're in the womb. It's the rebirth is coming soon.
Taking a mental notes. Got it. 18th.
Oh, you just put on. I take a break for a piss.
We're coming to a close. Can you hold it?
I can hold it. I forgot what time it was.
It's the strawberry lemonade.
Yeah, what'd you put in that thing?
Jake, this has been such a fucking incredible return, bro, for me.
I'm excited.
There were so many good things going on, man. And I just want to tell you on a personal level how thankful I am for you. And
appreciate you, bro.
I really have a profound amount of respect for you and your work ethic and what you do. And I know you feel that about me, and you're probably going to say it, but you don't have to because it goes both ways, man.
I appreciate that, man. And yeah, it does. I think what a lot of people don't realize is I didn't know you 2 years ago.
Yeah, you approached me like...
Shot my shot. How many times have I said that?
Yeah.
Shot my shot and just asked. I saw what you're doing.
You said, I want to meet you. Let's hang out. And you just like, you fucking impressed me,
and
honestly.
then you also saw, it goes both ways though. Again, helping people that want to help themselves. You saw that I'm not just some Joe Schmo looking for a handout.
You were very genuine.
Yeah, I'm doing something, right? But just to let the viewers know and understand just like what it really means to be from Chicago and doing this, how we're doing it, everything I just said. I didn't know this cat 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years later, we have become best friends.
He's at my wedding.
At his wedding, which, was amazing. And it's just like, it really shows you the power of music, but also just the power of two individuals that are really believe in something and want something. And like your wife now said, when you love something or love somebody, you let people know it. And I think that's the way the world should be, bro.
Damn,
so kudos to you, man. Because
Thanks, brother.
That's something that more people should look after, I think. If you love something or you care about something, let people know about it. Don't hide your loves, bro. So.
Was those your vows to me?
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, dude. I've had such a good time. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
Thank you for anybody who's watching this. I hope you got something out of it.
If you made it to the fucking end, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. My dad will.
Everybody watches it.
My
dad will too.
Yeah, my dad will.
Thanks for watching, dads. Mr. P, Mr. S.
Yeah, go hug your dads, man.
Go hug your fucking dads.
For sure.
Much love, everybody.
Love you, buddy.
Man, do I love Sherman the Booth. Oh, hey, I think you do too. Hope you enjoyed that piece of content. If you're looking for more, make sure to my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any upcoming Sherman the Booth interviews, live sets, new music, exclusive artist interviews, Sherm's Word, sub-pack reviews, and more. This is your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. Cheers.